Hey guys, this is Sandy White from Simply Fit, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader, and we're going to be talking on this segment how you can easily and effortlessly lose 10 pounds. Yes, you heard me right, 10 pounds in 1 month. No stress, no strain, no struggle. Hey, before we get into all the juiciness, I want to remind you guys that we are on a mission to save 1 million lives by encouraging individuals to live a simply fit life through health and nutrition. And we do this all by giving you guys simple tips and strategies so that you can overcome suicide and depression. And with that being said, we couldn't do this without the support of WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network. Being on their platform, we can reach a multitude of individuals so we can continue to help you guys to be the healthiest that you can be with the holidays and without the holidays. And now, since we are in the holidays, this information is just going to take you guys to the next stratosphere, because if you can make it through the holidays, you can make it when there's nothing super duper going on. With the holidays, it's a little more stressful. So I wanted to make sure that I came to you guys with a no-brainer situation so you can flow through the holidays with ease, effort, and again, making this stressless for you. So thank you WYTV7 for allowing Community Broadcasters Network for allowing Simply Fit to be on the platform again. So with that being said, let's jump right into this. You guys heard me right. I said I'm going to show you an effortless, sweet, sweatless way to lose 10 pounds in 1 month. And I'm actually going to do it with you guys. And let me tell you something. There's no need to make up anything, because you're only hurting yourself if you're doing this challenge and you are, kind of embellishing the truth. This is for you. So don't trick, let's just be honest with ourselves, because I'm only here to help you out. So you don't want to write in saying, yeah, I did it, and you really didn't, because now you are putting yourself in a deficit. So let's just all be honest with ourselves, and let's just rock through this challenge together, okay? So one of the challenge, and I will always stick with this one, which is the water challenge. You want to do 2 of these a day, all right? This is only about, like 50 ounces or something like that. But your goal is, and before I get into it, it's nice and labeled what you're supposed to drink from 8 until 8. And you need to do 2 of these, all right? So I get up pretty early, about 4:30 in the morning, rock and roll, get the kids together, lunch and all of that wonderful stuff. And so we have a lot of moms, you guys understand all of that. But in the process of, doing the mommy thing and the wife thing, sometimes we can forget about ourselves. So I love this jug. It's nice, it's labeled, and it just kind of helps you out with your to-do list, because sometimes we put our to-do list for being healthy on the back burner. So I told you guys I'm going to show you how to lose 10 pounds in 1 month, and it's just going to be real easy. And I'm going to show you a demonstration while I'm talking about it, and then I'm going to show you guys a couple tips. Not only is this the holidays, but we're going from fall into winter, and a lot of people kind of have a lot of immune challenges. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to walk through the Navage, which is keeping your sinuses clean. A lot of times we get back up, and I'm one of those we's that's in the millions of individuals that have challenges with sinuses. And that way you don't have to take a lot of Claritin or Benadryl or whatever the case, if you keep your nasal passage clean. And I'm going to go through that while the fiber is working, which is the demonstration I'm about to show you guys now. So this is 16 ounces of water. Typically, if you use psyllium husk fiber, you do need to chase it down with a lot of water, but these are the fiber capsules. And hopefully you guys can see that. They're not very big. And you can do 6 of these. I do 7. And the reason I do 7 is because I want to make sure all of my sugar cravings and carb cravings, anything that's white and processed, all of those cravings are cut down. Because you need to get about 30 grams of fiber a day. And if you don't, and if you're not sleeping well, then you kind of mess yourself up. And that's where the Navage comes in, because we need to not only eat well, but we need to be able to sleep well. Because remember, being healthy is more than just exercise. So it's kind of a combination from the top of your head to the sole of your feet. And then next week, one of the bonuses I'm going to show you guys are the detox patches. They look kind of gross, but they work perfect. Anyway, so let's stick with the fiber. You guys see I have a clean glass. And I'm going to add in just a little bit of water. And again, this is for demonstration purposes. Now, if you're taking these yourself, you could do, like I do 7 of these. And that's not a lot. That you see, it's just a handful that I'm actually taking, 7. And I do mine first thing in the morning, because if you do it for me, and you want to check with your body, one, let me backtrack. When you're taking fiber and you're making sure you get the recommended dosage, you want to go slow. If you take all 7 of these at one time and you've not been taking your fiber on a regular basis, it's going to make you really gassy and bloating. So what I would recommend is doing two times a day for a whole week, and then increase it to 3 of these for 2, then so the next week it will be 3 twice a week. And then, you know, by the time you get to your 4th week, you should be able to do all 7 of these, either once a day, all 7. I do 7, or you could break it up and do half in the morning, half at night. But if I do all 7 of these, I'm good. I don't need to do this late at night, because my challenge is late at night. But it takes your food. When you take fiber, it takes your food. I mean, it's just like, which is what I'm going to show you guys. It jellifies and it swells up about 50 times the size inside your belly, which means that your food has to go through this jelly substance before it breaks down, which gives you a lot of benefits. It's going to help you regulate your cholesterol, because if your cholesterol is off and you have LDLs that are bad, that's causing plaques. You know, plaques kind of clog up your arteries. It can cause you a stroke or heart attack. So I love making sure that I'm being heart healthy, and it regulates your blood sugar level. So now a lot of you will relate to this if you had this challenge. I never had any problems with my glucose levels until I had my children, and then I ended up with gestational diabetes. However, diabetes is a manageable situation, and you can cure it. And one of the ways that you can get really good benefits in reducing or relieving yourself of having that challenge is to make sure you're taking your fiber daily and you're taking the recommended dosage. So with that being said, when you take the fiber, your glucose levels stay level all day long. You don't have the up and down spikes where, you know, like I know a lot of times, let me tell you, when your glucose levels are off, you really need to pay attention to what's going on, because you can get cranky, you can pass out, you can go into a coma. I mean, just a plethora of negative that can happen. So one of the ones that I know, when I'm going down, I start yawning a lot, and then my tears, which is crazy. My kids are like, what's going on? Why are you crying? I just start yawning a lot, and tears come out, and I'm like, oh, sugar level is down. And I also know that, hey, if my sugar level is dropping, which typically it doesn't do if I take my fiber, then I know you forgot your fiber. And I also take extra capsules with me in case I don't do it in the morning. Then I have it somewhere on my person, so if I forget and I'm having it, oh, that's the first thing I do. I go for the fiber. So we're going to do a glass of water, and I'm just going to show you guys what it looks like, how this happens when you have this fiber inside your body. Now again, I like doing the capsules versus the loose psyllium husk, because you have to be careful with this, because if remember I told you guys, it'll swell up 5 times the size inside your belly. But if you don't rinse out your mouth and your throat area, it'll swell up in your throat. That's not a good thing, which will cause choking. So that's one of the reasons why I like the fiber capsules. But These are proprietary blends, so if you guys are interested in them, just let me know. I will provide you with the link. These are not just regular fiber. It has the properties in it to lower your cholesterol. It has the properties in them to help you with weight management. It has properties in there to help you with your glucose levels. It has properties in there to help you with eye strain and stress so that you don't end up with glaucoma, and the list goes on. And I just so love these capsules. So I just dropped this in the water, and one of the things which kind of helped me to let you guys know, these tablets, the casing around the fiber, I'm going to get a paper towel. The casing around the fiber, it digests or starts to melt, if you want to say, like instantly as soon as it hits the water. So it's not like you're going to have this in your belly long term. And one of the things that I want to suggest to you, if you are somebody that's like, oh my God, I have no willpower, you don't even have to worry about it if you're taking this fiber. That's one of the magic tricks about fiber. So one of the things that I like to do is I take it 20 to 30 minutes prior to any food going into my belly. And I don't eat carbs first thing in the morning. What I do is I have a carbless breakfast. I don't even put any type of carbs in my body. First thing in the morning, I'm doing the fiber. And of course, as I mentioned to you guys, if I'm rushing and I don't do it first thing in the morning, I still have these capsules on my person so that I can get them in it. But if you give yourself 20 to 30 minutes prior to eating, this will swell up in your belly. And you don't even have to do this on your own. I mean, you want to make sure you're eating portion control, but you're going to actually eat portion control automatically because this fiber is going to swell up 50 times its size. You're not even going to have the room to eat additional food other than portion size. And then what you want to do is you want to make sure that you drink 8 to 16 ounces of water with this fiber while you're waiting for it to swell up in your belly. Now, this is already starting to gel. You guys can see that. It's not, it's starting to gelify on you. So we're gonna let that sit for a little bit, and I'm gonna talk to you guys a little bit more about some more tricks that you can do with the fiber. Now, I don't typically do tuna. I do the wild-caught salmon, the pink wild-caught salmon. And what you can do is you can take the fiber capsules. So they make the vegan mayo, which I have told you guys multiple times to use because it's low in calories, doesn't have a lot of gunk in it, and it's got a little bit of fiber in it. But their mayo, the vegan mayo, I don't do this, but you can do it if you don't want to use the pickle relish that's already in the store. You know, you can actually cut up your red peppers and your pickles yourself and put them in here. So, but what I like to do is add some of the fiber capsules in here, about 6 of them, mix them up in there. Guess what? You've already taken 6 throughout the day. You want to make sure your family is getting in their recommended amount of fiber. Mix it in with your tuna. Now, I like mixing the fiber in with foods that it's going to be moist, not the dry foods, because it'll help it swell up, you know, like I said, in your belly. And you won't even taste it in the food. But this is a good one. And then when you're making your pasta, because let's be honest, you guys are going to be eating pasta. You're not going to, and being healthy does not mean that you have to get rid of everything. It just means that you need to cut down on them. And so, and unless you're doing wheat pasta, this is, you're most likely going to use the regular box brand pasta that is, you know, high in carbs. But you don't have to eat more than you need, because if you add in, now typically when people make their pasta, you mix it with, you know, your favorite cheese and you know, your eggs and your milk. So again, take a couple fiber capsules, okay, open them up, when you're mixing up your eggs and your milk to pour into your macaroni and cheese, you're mixing in that pasta. You're stirring that in, it's baking in, and then your whole family gets to be healthy. Even though it's a non-healthy product, that doesn't mean that you have to overindulge in it. So we're not saying that all of the processed food, because I'm being honest and realistic, you're not going to get rid of them, okay? But you can cut down tremendously on them if you're taking the fiber. And the fiber is going to help you naturally do that. You won't even think. You're just going to be like, oh, I'm done. And then sweet potatoes. We make our sweet potatoes mashed, or rather you cut them up. Same thing. When you're melting, like if you're doing the cut up ones, you're doing your brown sugar, do light sugar, and you can actually do the monk fruit, and they make it dark, or the white. But you could take the fiber, and after you do your sweet potatoes correctly, you know, boil them, cut them up, things like that, you could take it and open up the capsules and sprinkle them on, mix it in with your sugar. See, and then sprinkle it in, and then now it's baking in all that juicy goodness. And after you're doing your mashed potatoes, the same thing. You're gonna do your what is it? The cinnamon sugar, or I suggest that you kind of use your regular cinnamon and then mix it with the monk fruit, the white. It bakes very good, and then add in more fiber. This is a way that you all will be able to, you and your family will be able to enjoy one another versus eating and falling asleep, because now you've consumed too many carbohydrates at one time. And even the monk fruit works back really good when you're baking it. So that's why I picked all of the items that you're baking. So your macaroni and cheese, your sweet potatoes, your sweet potato pies. Take some fiber, mix it in there. Even when you're making your regular cakes, take some fiber, mix it in there. Okay? These are nice little tips that will help you guys out. Now, back to our fiber, as y'all can see, this water is getting real kind of hard to stir up. And I'm going to put this up in this camera so you guys can see it's getting jelly. It's not even watering anymore. It's getting jellified. And think about this, when it's in your stomach and it's getting jellified like this, that means it's getting hard for the food to pass through, and it's going to take more energy for that food to break down, which means you're not going to have sugar spikes, glucose spikes, whichever one you want to choose wording wise, and you're going to stay nice and kilter with your blood sugar level, which is really good. And fiber is going to make your gut feel happy. When your gut is happy, then the signals to the brain, they stay online, they stay on course, and you're not having all of these unnecessary challenges with the brain fog and all of the other nasties that go along when you're putting things in your digestive system that don't break down very well. It also helps with your liver. So and I'm going to talk about another subject, might not be so good, but if you're having fatty liver, the fiber it's your liver best friend to suck out all of those toxins and push them out. And the reason you want to drink your water, and I told you guys about the water challenge, so you want to try, your aim is to get to 100 ounces of water per day. So now if you're drinking your water and you're taking your fiber, it's when your liver is pumping out those toxins, it's going to help push it and clog it in with that fiber, and then push it out and then clean out that liver. Fiber has a lot of properties that are really good for your body. And then you have better skin, better sleep, better digestion. Now, if you're having bowel movements where you're straining, you're not having complete release, and you know when you're not completely, the bowel isn't coming out and it's not completely released because you feel horrible. And to me, I think it's worse than being constipated. So don't forget your fiber capsules. The psyllium husk, if you want to do it, that's great, but take your capsules, because you still have to drink your water, but it's a choking hazard when you take the psyllium husk that's not encased in the capsules. So if you're going to do it, just be mindful that you need to chase that the psyllium husk. If you're going to do it loose, with about additional 8 to 16 ounces of water so it doesn't get caught in your throat. Now, what I wanted to share with you guys was the Navage, because during this season of fall going into winter, a lot of people start having really bad sinus challenges, and your immune system gets down when you have sinus challenges and they get infected. And one of the reasons it's getting infected is because there's a lot of mucus getting stuck up back in the back and it's not getting cleaned out. So the way the Navage works is you get a nice pack that comes, well, here's the package right here. So this is the Navage pack. Comes with, you can order it anywhere. I went to Bed Bath & Beyond and got mine. So, you know, if you go there, you can use the coupons. I want to remind you guys, those coupons never expire, so don't throw them away, Bed Bath & Beyond. But you get these packs of the saline solution. It's 10 of them in there. And you get 3 packs. And what you do is you put it in, you put a clean pack in. So I've already done this, and I typically do like 3 right in a row, because it just, sometimes I wake up with a sinus headache, and then if you guys know about sinus headaches, if you don't take care of them right away, they get worse throughout the day. And I get mine right up here, right on the temples, and right behind my ear, and it hurts really bad. So I really love this product. And if you have clean sinuses, you operate better, you function better, you will make better choices with your food. So it just seems weird, but yeah, I'm talking about cleaning out your nose. So here's the pack. They're not that big. And you take it, you put it in upside down. And I'm going to show you. The foil area is what you want to do, is you want to put that down here, and then you close it up. And when you do that, it pops the top like that, like so. All right, so you put it in upside down, you close it, it pops the top. But here's the thing, if you make an error, you cannot reuse this because you've already popped the top. So what you want to do is make sure you put in the water first. There is a water line on here, as y'all can see, there's a water line. That's how much water you want to put in. The batteries come in here already, so you can get rocking and rolling right away. So you want to put the water up to the water line. You want to put a new pod in. And it's really hard. It's really easy. It's not hard to do. And then this bottom part, so here's this little tab. So this thing pretty much comes together. You're just popping this bottom part on. So as y'all can see, I put the water in there, and the lines are on both sides. I put the water up to the water line. The pod is already in there. And then you put your nose in these, and I'll get back on camera to show you guys. Your nose, you need to shove these things right up in your nostrils, and it's a stopping point, and then it sucks out all the nasties in the water, and it comes out down here. So basically, I'm going to show you right here. You put it in your nose like so, see? And then what it does is it sucks out all of the nasties that's up in your nasal cavity and pulls out all of that nasty mucus. And when I say it does, you see it floating all in the back. And then all you do is twist, turn it off, and pour out the nasty water. And that, my friends, is going to help you breathe better, sleep better, because when you get better sleep, you make better choices. And I'm going to tell you guys something. If you haven't gotten enough sleep, or you felt like you got like 7 or 8 hours, or you said, no, I don't feel like it, I know, but you woke up and you were tired, exhausted, when that happens, your body wants more carbohydrates. So this is why I wanted to remind you guys about keeping your nasal passages clean. So then this helps you to sleep well, because if you can't breathe well, you're not going to sleep well. So if you're sleeping well, and you will get good quality sleep, with this Navage cleaning you out, then when you wake up, you're going to be refreshed, and the first thing you won't be grabbing is the carbs. And it's crazy, but if you don't get good sleep and your lack of sleep, you will grab carbs first thing in the morning, because carbs are going to give you that instant boost. If you get the quality of sleep you need, and you can breathe well, again, that's why I told you guys about the Navage, then you won't be grabbing for carbs first thing in the morning. You'll be grabbing for healthy fats. So that's like your heavy creams, like your coconut milk, which you could put in your coffee instead of creamer. That's less carbs. And your brain does not necessarily need carbs. It needs healthy fats, and that will help you to lose weight. And then your fiber. And look, it's getting even thicker. So imagine you wait 20 to 30 minutes before you eat, and boy, look at that. Look at that. It's hard for the food to go through that. And it's going to take more energy for that food that you put in your body to digest. And the good thing about that, you're going to stay fuller longer. Fuller longer, people, which means that you're not grabbing for stanky snacks. If you're working in an office, people can bring in cookie cakes, pies, candy, all they want, and you actually don't have to use willpower. You actually will not have a desire for them. Now, isn't that the best thing? I told you guys this is going to be nice, easy, simple, and sweet. Add in your 30 grams of fiber first thing in the morning, and in 20 to 30 days, I said a month, because some people don't do what they're supposed to, but in 1 month, if you do what you're supposed to, and that's 2.5 pounds a week. So in 2 weeks, that's going to be 5 pounds. In 4 weeks, it's going to be 10 pounds. So if you're doing that now, keep in mind, I'm not even telling y'all to do your exercises, which you should be doing. But I'm just saying, add in your fiber, do the water challenge, and in 1 month, you will be down 30 pounds. And I'm doing this with you guys. So this is the second week in November, and we got, another week and a half or something like that. And then we're going to be at Thanksgiving. There's no brainer. You add your fiber before you start doing your house hopping or before you have your guest over. Not only will you not eat a lot, your guests won't eat a lot. They won't be sleepy. They'll have a full, just abundance of energy, and they will love your food. All right. So my tip was to keep your nasal passage clean using the Navage, so you can sleep better, you can feel better, and overall just breathe with ease. And let me tell you something, when you don't clean out your nasal passage, that causes your sinus infection. And now you're taking the medications that your body cannot process. So let's just, instead of going through that route, just keep your nasal passage clean so you can sleep good. When you sleep good, when you wake up, you're going to be energized. You're not going to be grabbing for carbs first thing in the morning. Now, you need to pick me up. Go for healthy fats. That's your avocados. That's your vegetables. That's your protein powders. You could do that. Make sure it's got the fiber in there, and then add in the capsules. Because when you do your capsules, you don't have to worry about the choking hazards. They're not that big. Now, I do 7 of these a day. And then chase it down with about 8 to 16 ounces of water. That's not including the water that you can, all right? But you need to get up to 100 ounces of water a day, all right? So today is the second Saturday. Well, this is the second Sunday in November. So we're doing a 30-day challenge. So the second week in December, you guys will be down 10 pounds. And by Christmas, if you keep going, you'll be down 15 pounds. But you did it in a sweatless, stressless, victorious manner. All right? So I want to make sure I'm sticking to my schedule, and I am basically out of time. So I just want to remind you guys, I'm Sandy White, your #1 health and wellness cheerleader and the host of Simply Fit. And just want to thank WYTV7 for allowing me to come on with the simple tips and strategies to share with you guys, because without their platform and their support, we can't reach you guys. So I just want to thank WYTV7 and remind you guys, every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. we broadcast. So check your time zone so you don't miss anything. And real quick, we talked about the fiber. And when you do, look, it's getting hard to stare. This is getting real hard. So this is how your food is, it's just challenging for your food to go and break down in all of this juicy goodness. It looks nasty, but it's helping you out. You want to make sure that your cholesterol is down, your glucose levels are stable, your weight is going down, and you're not eating all of the nasties, which is processed foods, cookies, cakes, and pies in abundance. I'm not saying you're not going to want to, but what I will share with you, they're going to taste kind of nasty, because when you give your body the stuff that it needs and then you start eating stuff that it really don't like and doesn't really digest very well, I hate to tell you all that, but it's not going to taste as good. So whoever in your family is like the #1 person who cooks really well, cookies, cakes, and pies, you're going to be like, ooh, I don't like this, something's wrong. Everybody else going to be like, oh, this is good. So I just want to let y'all know, the healthier you become, your taste buds start to change, and all it wants is healthy things that's going to help your body run proficiently. We're doing the water challenge. If you guys don't have the link for this, just let me know. If you want the proprietary blend of fiber that I'm using, let me know. The proprietary blend, not only it helps with eye pressure, so it reduces the likelihood of you getting glaucoma. It lowers the LDLs. It keeps your weight management under control. It's an appetite suppressant. It also makes your bowel movements a lot easier. It takes care of your liver. It removes the toxins from your liver so you don't have a fatty liver. And I'm telling you, the tips that I shared with you, your family won't even know that you mix. You could take like 6 or 7 of them, open them up. When you mix your eggs and your milk in with your cheese to put over your macaroni and cheese, they won't even know. They're not going to eat a lot, and they're not going to fall asleep. And I also told you guys about the sweet potatoes. You can cut them up, or you can mash them, and then you take the fiber and mix it with your cinnamon and brown sugar, and use light, and the monk sugar, monk fruit sugar. They come in white and brown. It bakes very well. People won't even realize that you swapped out for the white normal sugar for healthier sugar. And so you could put that in your, we all love tuna. And so the way this is not tuna, this is salmon. I do my salmon with cream cheese, and I cut it up. I do some salt, pepper, sea salt, pepper, and I put in red peppers, but I use cream cheese, and then I use this as a dip. And then you mix that with your fiber. I'm telling you guys, there's so many ways to get the fiber in. You guys, I'm telling you, will be amazed of how easy the 10 pounds will come off. I mean, you're going to be looking good. So get started now. And so then when that New Year's resolution comes out, you've already surpassed the goal, and now you just need to maintain it. All right, and then the Novage, we talked about that, how it works and why it works, because when you get sinus challenges and sinus infection, is no joke. And now you're taking the medication to get yourself back on track, and now you got all that stuff in your system, your body doesn't break down. So let's just be ahead of that. Clean your nose out with that Novage. If you go to Bed Bath & Beyond, make sure that you use the coupon, because you can get about 20% or $20 off or something like that, whichever one you have. But don't get rid of the coupons, because they never expire. So that's the last tip. All right, guys, I'm out of here. Thank you, WYTV7 Community Broadcasters Network, for allowing SimpliFit to be on your platform again, providing simple tips and strategies to all of your wonderful listeners. And guys, we broadcast every Wednesday night at 7 p.m. out of Upper Marlboro. Bye, guys.